Hey friend, welcome back to the podcast. Are you struggling with fatigue? Well, then you definitely want to tune into this episode because I am going to share with you 4 tips to help you start improving your energy so that you have enough energy to get through your day. So you ready to find out more and start improving your energy? Grab that filtered water, turn off the notifications, and let's dive in. Hi friend, welcome to Made to Be Thriving. My name is Melissa, daughter of the king, wife, dog mom, and a former elementary school teacher turned nutritional therapy practitioner. Are you feeling overwhelmed or even stuck in your wellness journey? You know that how you're feeling and what you're struggling with can't be normal and there must be a better way. I was there too. I started feeling that prompting of the Holy Spirit to dig deeper, and He led me onto a better path with the right guidance that turned things around. This can happen for you too, and I'm here to help you get there. There is hope as we put our faith first, lean into God's word and truth about how we need to take care of our bodies. If you're ready to stop just surviving and start thriving, you're in the right place. Whether you're in your car, working on your to-do list, or just needing to take a break from your busy day, tune in and be encouraged. Before we dive into today's topic, I wanted to share with you a really fun, exciting special going on for the month of June. You can schedule your quick start session for just $97 the rest of this month. You only have until the end of the month to get that scheduled. $97. Use June 30 at checkout to get your spot to claim your quick start session at an amazing discount. Once June is over, that price goes back up to the normal rate. In this session, we are going to dive into your needs. What's going on with you? What are your goals? And we're going to start getting you on the right path to improving your energy, improving your health, all naturally. Based on your individual needs, you're going to end up with a plan, initial recommendation, and have the opportunity to ask me questions and potentially work with me on an ongoing basis if it's good. Interested to learn more? Click the link down in the description. I look forward to meeting with you soon. Don't forget to use June 30. Recently, I was doing some market research and talking to many women, discovering what are their biggest pain points, what are the things that they're really struggling with in their health and wanting to do. What are their goals? Do they have a desire to do things more naturally? Do they have a desire to do things a little bit more biblically aligned? Basically talking to women about their health and what are their concerns, what are their challenges. And the number one thing that was coming as a result of those conversations, fatigue. Most of you are dealing with significant fatigue. You're exhausted all the time. You're feeling drained. You just don't have energy like maybe you used to. And something I also discovered is that there's a lot of people out there who believe that, oh, it's just a part of getting older, or it's just because of this or that. There's a lot of different excuses and mindset around the topic of fatigue, as well as many other health issues, really. But so often we get stuck in this, oh, well, this is just the way it is. In fact, that has been a comment I've heard a lot where, oh, it's just the way it is. That is a lie of the enemy. I will tell you that that is a lie. And how do we address that? How do we go about that? Is it true that you're stuck with the symptoms and the issues you have going on? Possibly not. It really depends on what it is. And so often what we discover when we start making significant changes in our health, our life, our diet, all the things, so many issues resolve. Our body was created to have an innate ability to heal itself. God designed our body to be able to heal itself. But when we are constantly loading it with toxins, we're being surrounded by toxins, we're overly stressed, overly worked, so many different things, we are now causing like this barrier to where our body doesn't know what to do. It's kind of blocked. It can't seem to heal because there's so many different factors that are blocking that road to healing. So if you ever hear someone say, oh, well, you just need to take this pill or this thing for the rest of your life, that's just how it is. It's just the way your body is. I want to encourage you to seek out other resources, other advice, because you just might find that what you're being told so often that is causing you to feel like you're just stuck and this is just the way things are might not be accurate. Not to say that every single issue can be resolved, but I'll tell you, so many actually can, and we don't realize it. So today I wanted to challenge you and provide you with 4 tips that could start improving your energy today. You could start implementing these 4 tips today and start experiencing more energy that's going to really help you get through your day better. Start feeling more like yourself, more energized. Now, if you implement all of these 4 things, I'm going to talk about at the end what to do if you're doing all these things on a consistent basis. You've been doing it for a while, but it's still not working for you. We're going to talk about that at the end. But for the mass majority of people, what I notice is when they start implementing these particular steps and start identifying certain things, there's a shift that begins to happen and they start to notice more energy. So maybe that's you. And if so, amazing. You're going to really love these 4 tips. So if you don't already, you might want to grab a notebook, make sure those notifications are off, and listen in, okay? So the first tip I have for you, hydration. If you've been around long enough, you know I talk about hydration a lot. And the reason being is I've discovered just how important hydration really is for our overall health. Being dehydrated causes so many symptoms that we don't realize those symptoms are directly connected with dehydration a lot of times. Is it the only cause? No. But if you're someone who's not consistently hydrated, it's very likely that a lot of your symptoms, even your fatigue especially, are being directly impacted. So hydration is huge. I challenge you to work on your hydration levels. In fact, right now in our Facebook community, this month, through the month of June, we're doing a water drinking challenge. So each week there's a new post going up to encourage you, check in on you, providing you some tips off and on throughout the week and even on those weekly posts. We need to work on hydration. And right now it's hot. Depending where you're at, it's probably hot or it's getting hot because summer is upon us. And that's even more important to make sure we're hydrated. Now, it's important to be hydrated all the time, whether it's cold, whether it's hot. It's super important to make sure we are consistently hydrated because hydration affects everything. Okay, so how can you make sure that you are well hydrated? Well, one, set a goal of at least half your body weight in ounces of water. Make that a target goal for yourself. This is an average recommended amount. Everybody's going to be different. You might not need quite that much, or maybe you actually need more than that. Everyone's going to be different. So just make that your target goal and work your way up to that. Pay really close attention to your body, how you're feeling. Just really be in tune with your body because you're going to know when you've hit that, this is a good amount for me on a daily basis. You're going to know. You're going to feel it. You're going to know you're hydrated. You're just going to know. So really pay close attention to that. If you're not well hydrated, there's a lot of symptoms that come about that, even being tired. You'd be surprised how often just increasing that water intake could actually improve your energy. So that is my first tip. Work on that hydration. Second tip, nourishment. What we're eating can either support our energy or cause us to come crashing down. Okay, think about the times where you've had a really heavy lunch, maybe at work or something. They've provided the meals, you've gone out to eat, whatever it may be, and you have that afternoon crash. So often that has to do with what you're eating. If we're having a really carb heavy meal, especially at lunchtime, you're often going to notice an afternoon slump, an afternoon crash. So we really want to find a better balance of what we're eating, and we also want to focus on nutrient-dense foods. What are nutrient-dense foods? It's real food. That's the short answer, real food. Meat, veggies, fruits, whole grains, like real of-the-earth food, not man-made fake foods or highly processed foods, but real nourishment. We want to try our best to make sure the bulk of our diet is really nutrient dense, full of real food, not a bunch of packaged foods There's nothing wrong with having some of that stuff on occasion. And if you are having any kind of packaged products, I always encourage you to read the ingredient list and choose better. There are some great brands out there that are pretty clean. And I even get them to have some of that stuff on hand. Okay, so just make better choices in your food, have a more balanced diet, good fats, protein, carbs, and then pay attention to those macronutrients. Are you getting enough protein, enough fat, and enough carbs for your body? Everyone's going to be different. You're going to see the wide range of recommendations on the different fitness apps and things like that. But really, it comes down to your individual needs. And I encourage you to just really pay close attention. I even have a chart I often will share with clients that has this table to help you kind of pinpoint if you're not getting enough protein or carbs or fats, and how to kind of adjust things to where you can start recognizing, okay, that is a good amount of protein for me. That is a good amount of carbs or good fats. It's really helpful to kind of just have that visual of what it would look like to know if you're getting the appropriate macronutrient percentages for your body. Everyone's different. I'm always going to tell you that. Everyone's going to be different. What your macronutrients look like on your plate is probably going to look different with somebody else. It usually is. You're not going to have the exact same needs as someone else. You're going to have different needs. So pay close attention to that. So nourishment, huge. And if you improve your diet and you're eating a diet just rich in nutrient-dense foods, you'll start to notice your energy increase as well. Okay, number 3, sleep. Sleep is crucial. Not getting good quality sleep is detrimental to our health. Okay, if you are struggling with getting good quality sleep, we need to evaluate how can we improve that. Do we need to work on going to bed earlier? Are we going to bed way too late and getting up way too early? Just not getting enough sleep? Are you just struggling to get to sleep, stay asleep? You're waking up in the night. What are some things that are happening there? We need to evaluate that. Usually if we can tell like what's going on, okay, I struggle to get to sleep. Maybe we just need to work on better sleep or nighttime routines. That would help us to relax and be able to fall asleep quicker. If you're waking up a lot in the night, is it that you're drinking too much water or liquids before bed? Maybe try cutting back on the liquids a couple of hours before bed. See if that helps. There's so many different things that we can try and see if that's the issue. Oh, I'm drinking way too many liquids right before bed. Okay, since I cut that down, I'm not actually waking up in the night to go to the restroom. There you go. Maybe it's not that. Maybe that's something else. It could also be your diet too. If your diet is not good, if you're eating a lot of processed foods, your blood sugar is all over the place. Anytime our blood sugar is kind of out of whack, it can cause sleep issues. It can cause a whole other list of issues. So that's something to be mindful of as well. What is your nutrition looking like? Because that can also directly affect your sleep quality. So pay attention to that. And then importantly is, do you have screens on in your bedroom? If you've got screens on in your bedroom when you go to bed, that is affecting your sleep as well. So I encourage you to either completely remove televisions and stuff from your room or make sure that they're off at least a good hour before you go to sleep. Okay, so that screen time is affecting your sleep quality. This is not just televisions, but even your phones, your computers, tablets, any of that. If you're on those directly before you lay your head down, close your eyes, that could be an issue for your sleep as well. Okay, so these are just some tips. There's so many different ways we can be improving our sleep quality. It could even be finding ways that just really wind your body down before bed. Don't just rush into bed at the end of your day and be like, I just have to get to bed. You're going to have trouble getting to sleep and even staying asleep. So take all that into consideration and reevaluate, what does your nighttime routine look like? What is your diet looking like? Are you well hydrated? Are you drinking too much liquids right before bed? Are there screens in your face right before bed? All these things, make sure you pay attention to and start making changes that are appropriate. Okay, and the last and final one, number 4, stress. This is a big one. I know. We all have stress. It is a part of life. Even some people who think they don't have stress have stress. I see it in their HTMA reports all the time. So every single client that has done an HTMA, that's the hair tissue mineral analysis, they've shown chronic stress. Even the ones who told me, oh, I'm not really stressed, everything's good. And then it comes up in the results, and then it's like, oh, well, yeah, I do have this, and this going on. They're just so used to it, they didn't recognize that it's stressful on their body. And so chronic stress is a huge issue, and it directly affects every aspect of our health. So what do we do? How do we get rid of stress? You're probably thinking, well, there's nothing I can do. Like, stress is just a part of my life. There's no changes I can make. I want to challenge you to reevaluate that. Write down all the things that are a stress in your life right now. Could be relationships, could be your job, could be certain situations happening in your life right now. Really sit down, reflect, pray, ask God to show you what are the things that are causing a lot of stress in your life right now. And maybe everything seems fine, but your diet is a wreck. You're not eating good quality foods. Foods can also cause stress on the body. So if you're doing all the other things, like you do your stretching and you feel really relaxed and all these things, but your diet is not good, you're not eating good quality nutrition, that can cause stress on the body. Our body does not know how to handle fake foods. It doesn't know how to handle all the highly processed stuff that it was not designed to process. So it causes stress on the body. So evaluate stress in your life. And then I want to challenge you to think about what are the ways you can make changes. There's so many different things that come into our life that cause a lot of stress that we actually have the ability to remove that stress, to eliminate it, to set better boundaries, to reduce that stress impact on our health. But we have to be willing and open to doing as God is calling us to do. Maybe it's leaving your job. That's not uncommon. If your job is super stressful and causing significant health issues, it really may be time for you to consider other options. It may be time for you to look at, why is my job causing me so much stress? Is there anything I can do to change that? Or is it time for a change in my job? That can happen. That was for me. I discovered that my job was causing significant issues in my health because of the stress. Okay. So, and I hear that happening for a lot of people, where they shift jobs and now suddenly their health is better because they eliminated that huge stress factor on themselves. And if you're like, I can't quit my job, there's nothing else I can do, I'm going to let you know there are so many different opportunities out there. You can work from home. You can find another job. There's a lot of things out there. You can start your own business. We're not going to go into all that, but I will tell you, be open to considering other options that might be a better fit, less demanding on you, less stressful, and pray about it. Consider, is God calling you to make a big change that could actually start improving your mental and physical and emotional and spiritual health? It is possible. Maybe He's not calling you to leave your job, but maybe there's something else going on in your life that He's showing you needs to change and telling you exactly how to change it. So just really evaluate, what are the stressors going on in your life? What's causing significant stress? How can you change it? Is it just making some simple shifts? Is it setting better boundaries? Is it eliminating certain things? What is it? For everybody, it's going to be very different. It may not be anything drastic that you have to do. It may be something really simple that you're thinking, oh, wow, I wish I would have thought that sooner. That made a huge difference. So pray about it. Okay, pray about it. The Lord will show you. He will start prompting you on what needs to happen, what needs to change. He's really good at that. We just need to make sure we're in tune and paying attention to that. Okay, so those are my top 4 tips for you to start improving your energy so that you can start having the energy you're needing to get through the day. Now, if you address all of these things on a consistent basis for a good chunk of time and you're still having a problem, there's something else that's keeping your body stuck, keeping you in that fatigue, exhaustion, tired state all the time, then we need to dig a little bit deeper. There's probably something else that's causing a block, And we can go into even more in a future episode. But I also want to encourage you that if you're feeling stuck and you're thinking, oh, well, I'm doing all 4 of these things already. I feel like I've got a good handle on all 4 of those. But something's not right. You know something's still stuck. You know there's more to it. Then I want to encourage you to book a quick start session with me so that we can brainstorm it together. We can work together on it, come up with a plan for your needs, maybe even a protocol, recommendations, all for your individual needs, and get you on the road to making more shifts that are actually going to make a difference. Okay, so if you need that, go down to the link down the description. And right now, if you're listening to this in live timing, I've got a promo going on for the month of June. If you use code June30, all caps, you can book your quick start for only $97, friends. Super affordable. Okay, once the month of June is up, the price goes back up to its normal price. So use that code June30 at checkout and book your quick start session right now. If you are feeling like, okay, there's more to this, I want to dive deeper, let's do this. Head over to the link down in the description. Otherwise, I will see you here next time. Hey friends, if this podcast encouraged you and taught you something new, leave a review and hit that subscribe button. The next thing you can do is share this podcast with a friend or even in your Instagram stories. Don't forget to tag us at Made to Be Thriving. Come connect with us over in our Facebook community or send us a DM over on Instagram. I pray this has blessed you in some way and you find encouragement knowing you are not alone in this journey. There is always hope, and let's focus on making the progress that is possible. Information provided to date are for informational and educational purposes only. The information and education provided is not intended or implied to supplement or replace professional medical treatment, advice, and/or diagnosis. I'll meet you back here soon.